This is TWiT.
I saw a short blurb in the Risky Business newsletter.
That's a
and
good
all
name.
it said was, sorry?
When you say risky business, I think of Tom Cruise in underpants.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, always.
Always.
Okay, so it just was a short blurb. It said, Google Chrome complaint. And it read, European Privacy Organization, NOYB, it's not capitalized, so NOYB? I don't know. NOYB. It's Austrian, has filed a complaint with Austria's data protection agency against Google for its new privacy sandbox technology. NOYB says Google is tricking users to enable privacy sandbox by falsely advertising it as an ad privacy feature. Of course, my reaction to that was, what? So I dug a bit deeper. I went over to the noyb.eu website and found their article with the headline, Google Chrome, agree to privacy feature, it has in quotes, but get tracking. Okay, so their piece begins with, after years of growing criticism over invasive ad tracking, Google announced in September of 2023 that it would phase out third-party cookies from its Chrome browser.
Oh, wait a minute. NYOB stands for none of your business.
That's really
in
good.
German, I guess. Maybe not. No,
That's
it's English.
Really?
It's the European Center for Digital Rights, NOYB.
That is perfect.
None of your business.
Okay, so this guy's saying after years of growing criticism over invasive ad tracking, Google announced it would phase out third-party cookies from its Chrome browser. So this is already misleading because while it's true that Google has been using the same ad tracking that the rest of the advertising and data aggregation industry uses, the growing criticism has been over the entire industry's use of ad tracking, not just Google's. You know, as we've been carefully covering here, what Google is hoping to do with their privacy sandbox is to change the entire model of the way advertising and its user profiling operates by inventing an entirely new way for a user's browser to intelligently select from among available advertisements that are seen at websites. And we've already heard from one of our listeners whose job it is to implement the server-side technology of a major website, that the rest of the non-Google industry is massively pushing back against Google's attempt to end tracking. Google really is trying to end tracking, and the rest of the community says, no, we like tracking. We don't want you to take it away. Okay, so the beginning of this article, I'll just share the beginning. It reads, after years of growing criticism over invasive ad tracking, Google announced in September 2023 that it would phase out third-party cookies from its Chrome browser. That part I already read. Since then, users have been gradually tricked into enabling a supposed ad privacy feature that actually tracks people. Okay, it doesn't. While the so-called privacy sandbox, again in quotes from him, is advertised as an improvement over extremely invasive third-party tracking, which it is, the tracking is now simply done within the browser by Google itself, which is not true. To do this, the company theoretically needs the same informed consent from users. Instead, Google is tricking people by pretending to turn on an ad privacy feature. NOYB has therefore filed a complaint with the Austrian Data Protection Authority. Okay, now the article goes on at length, and it never gets any more accurate, so there's no point in dragging everyone through it. It's full of misconceptions and an utter lack of understanding of what Google is trying to do. Google's privacy sandbox system explicitly does not track users, which is precisely why the rest of the well-established tracking industry is freaking out over it and scurrying around trying to come up with alternative tracking solutions. This NOYB is a privacy watchdog agency, as I said, based in Austria. I looked around their site, and they appear to gauge their value to the world by the number of complaints they're able to file per day. They're complaining about everyone and everything. So they're kind of like a rabid version of the IETF. You know, like the IETF, they are never going to be happy with anything short of complete and total legally and technically enforced internet anonymity. And in a perfect world, that would be great. But as we know, that's unlikely to happen. You know, giving the author of this the most sweeping benefit of the doubt possible, the only thing I can imagine is that he confuses, hopefully not willingly, he confuses tracking with profiling. Those two words are different, and so is what they mean. You know, perhaps he sees no difference. Perhaps he doesn't consider Google's privacy sandbox to be, you know, the ad privacy feature that Google does. We're told that websites which are able to offer identification of the viewers of the ads they display, or at least some reasonable assurance of the relevance to them of the ads, can double the revenue from their advertising. The problem, therefore, is not Google, who's been working long and hard to find a way to do this without tracking. The problem now is becoming websites and their advertisers who are refusing to change their own thinking.
It's challenging. By the way, you said IETF. Pretty sure you didn't mean the IETF. You meant EFF.
Oh, my God.
Because I don't think the IETF
Of course.
cares. No.
Thank you, Leo. You just saved me from receiving 1,000 emails.
Steve, the IETF,
Thank
the
you.
Internet Engineering Task Force, is not at all cares about this at all.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
I just thought I'd mention.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, it's Leo Laporte. I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet from Security Now. If you want the whole show, you can get it at our website, twit.tv/SN. Of course, you can subscribe to Security Now on your favorite podcast, or just click one of the links below.